Thank you for tuning in to Sheen Talk. This is going to be a great show. If you want to know about relationships, hi, beautiful people.
Hey, how are you?
I am well.
No, you got to move over.
Y'all gotta get close.
It's a little different this way. I just like actually what is it? What did I do?
I don't know what you did.
No, updated. I updated IG Live, and I hate the way it moves now. Like,
yeah,
like it took me so long to actually even post.
What's this button right there?
The flyer. I don't because I guess.
Should we touch it?
No, because it'll reverse and show the rest of the house.
Oh. Okay, well, it's nothing to see.
And you don't want people that far up in your business with
Yeah,
your whole house.
Right.
Look, I've done it before. I've done it for like, oops, and you got to hurry up and try to find it and click it. I get it.
Right.
I get it, but you all look so beautiful. I'm so excited about this show. How are you?
We are great. We are great. I feel like I'm not in the camera. Like,
you got to move closer to your boo.
There we go.
Okay.
She always in front. Hey, look, you see that?
But
her face. If you ever look at the Love and Business on Lock podcast, she is like really like here.
I am not.
And I'm kind of like here.
Y'all something. My husband and I do videos for couples too, and it's the same way. He's always all in the back, and I'm in the front. But it's not we don't try, but y'all just kind of just gravitate to the back. We're not pushing y'all back there.
Exactly.
Right, you know what Suge saying? If you're tired of people, executive being in the video, dancing and all that, being in the background, come to Death Row. No.
No shot.
But I will say, your face, honey, is flawless, okay? Let's just get that out the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm excited. I'm so excited to. No, go ahead.
She's been on it. Like, she's
looking
been
good. I want to make sure. And she's looking good. And you know this. That's right. So before, my name is.
She's been looking the part.
Yeah. So my name is Kendell, and many people say my name wrong. So I just want to make sure it's Dr. CaSay. I just want to make sure I say it correctly.
Actually, it's Dr. CaSay. And
CaSay, okay.
Yes, and you can call me Cass. For sure.
I
just want to say real quick, I just saw Drew Gibson come in, amazing person, taught me everything that I know in the business. And so now I'm nervous because Drew's on.
Oh, well, I just want to read a little bit about you all so everybody knows who you are. So this is celebrity DJ Claxton and his fiance, Dr. Kaz. I can say that?
Yes.
Dr. Kaz, they're newly engaged and who recently created Love and Business on Lock, which I love. It's a podcast and it shows couples can successfully work together and love together, couplepreneurs. We're going to talk about that. I love that. The podcast has created a solid lane of its own with quality of guests like Tracy Braxton and her husband, Trey and Aisha from I think that's Saints and Sinners.
Yeah.
Kalina Harper and Tony Vick of Love and Hip Hop, and Monique and Chris of Real Housewives of Potomac. That's just to name a few. The couple was recently on Fox Soul. I love Fox Soul. Deemed the top couples podcast out of Atlanta. The couple celebrate featured articles in Femi Magazine, Hustle and Soul, Hip Hop Weekly, Sheen Magazine, a digital article, Hype Magazine, as well as Blackivity. Did I say, was it
Blavity?
Blavity. You see, I got it all the way down here. I'm trying to read. So welcome to Sheen Talk.
Thank you so much.
And it's actually pronounced your name.
Kendell. Yeah.
Kendell. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm glad because I would have butchered that.
But that's why I always ask, to how to say people's names because people always, like you said, butcher mine.
Right.
So go ahead.
I would have butchered it. Because it just looks like Kendall. That's what it looks like.
But you know what though? It's so funny because kids say my name because how kids learn how to read phonetically. So it's really just two. Right. If you look at it, Kendell, but adults do say it. So you're absolutely right. So I've been dealing with that my whole life.
I'm sorry.
All right, so where are y'all right now? Are you in Atlanta or are you in Baltimore? Where are you?
Where are we?
I don't know. Where are we?
Go ahead.
We're in America.
I was hoping that you were in the Baltimore area because that's where I is right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So when this came across,
that's what I'm sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
No, that's okay. When this came across and they asked me, hey, do you want to do this Sheen interview? And I said, absolutely. When I looked you up and seen what you were doing with couples, this is right up my alley as a life coach. And as well as I'm married also, and my husband and I do things like this. And I think it's so important to see images like you two. And because everyone talks about Black love, but sometimes everyone keeps it all the way cute. And sometimes it's not all the way cute. So I love the realness when you have couples on and they're talking about the real. So hopefully that's what we can do in this interview too. And you can teach the children.
You know, the thing is about really being transparent. I think that transparency wins. And, you know, it just giving somebody the food and being transparent. No, everything is not perfect. No, we are, you know, things happen just like anybody else, you know what I'm saying? But we have been grown enough to be able to communicate some things so that we can, you know, have a conversation like grown people, because what tends to happen is if I'm coming at her really aggressive or she coming at me really aggressive, we both can have amazing points, but she's not going to hear my point. I'm not going to hear her point, because our natural instinct is to defend. And, you know, if somebody bags you in a corner, you're going to come out swinging. So that's, you know, you're going to defend and then start attacking as well. So you really got to have, you know, a real conversation and, you know, try to talk to somebody like you want somebody to talk to you in order to be able to communicate the way you're supposed to kind of find a solution of whatever the problem is.
Absolutely. So why do you think that some couples find it hard to be authentic, not only in front of a camera, but to one another and be transparent? Why do you feel like sometimes it's difficult for people in relationships to do that?
Because they don't know who they are. And so they're not authentic with themselves. You know, what I mean by they don't know who they are, they're living for the gram or they're living for Facebook or, you know, but they don't know who they really are. And hurt people. And sometimes we go through situations in life where we've been hurt. And instead of us actually doing the things that we need to do to heal first properly, we go and we jump and we destroy somebody else's life instead of realizing who we are, you know. That's how I see it for me. Even if Jay pushes me one more time, you guys are gonna see the real of me nabbing him in his stomach. Okay.
Go ahead. It's hard. No, I just was trying to get her into the make sure she was in the shot.
But
he's looking out for you, sis. Making sure you getting your shine too.
I'm trying my best.
So
you doing it.
You know, even in our relationship, it wasn't a thing that, first of all, we didn't start off in a relationship. That's not how it started. It started business and then it grew into a relationship. But even in the growth of that, Jay had to find out who he was and Cassandra had to find out who she was, because without us knowing who we are, I can't be with him and he can't be with me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just wanted to say congratulations. I didn't say that because I said you all were newly engaged. And so just congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So you made a good point, Kaz. You said that you have to know who you are before you get into a relationship to be transparent with your partner. You got to face the real with yourself. Like you got to look in the mirror and accept all of your flaws and accept all of your habits and what you do, so you can go into that relationship and be a whole person. And then you two, hopefully they've done the work on themselves also, so you can come together. But you said that you didn't start off, yeah, but you say you just started off as friends or just having a working relationship. How did that transition from the working relationship to, hey, she's kind of cute, he's kind of cute? Like, how did that connection happen, or was it just organic?
She was after me. She was after me. She was on it.
Look how she's looking. Look how she's looking.
Look, but you see, she ain't say nothing.
So, Kaz, I have to ask you, was that true?
Kendell, I'm telling you, she has not said nothing. So she
Shout
is
out to Duke. Hey, Duke.
She is guilty by omission. You know
Yeah,
that's the proper,
Kaz, I have to
phrase.
agree with Jay on this one. I have to agree with Jay on this one. He might be right.
Well, actually, I was allowing him to get all of that out so I could properly answer.
Okay.
That's actually
so you can tell the truth.
Yes. I'm going to get it out. You know, so I wanted him to get it out. So to be honest, who was the aggressor? I was the aggressor. Who said I love you first? He said that. He told me he loved me first. And you know how they always say that drunken spirit speaks a sober has a sober tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an instance where he actually told me how he felt, right? And he was very intoxicated. We were in another state. And if I say it to him, he's going to be like, I don't remember it or whatever.
I was great to say that.
Because that's what he does.
That was my...
And my thing is always this. Whenever he tells me he doesn't remember something, I always say this to him. Have I ever lied to you? You know? And I haven't. So I'm not going to start now. And so it was from that moment, it was from that made me be even more the aggressor, because there were things that he said as we took him to his room that particular night that was like, well, dag. And so, yeah. So that's basically it. I was the aggressor, yes.
How long ago was that?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm terrible with dates.
I was like, oh, Jesus.
But that was a few years ago. About 4 years ago.
Okay. But I love
ago.
I love that. I love a lot about that, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean. So you started off, you weren't looking for this to be your man or looking for this to be your woman. It organically happened. And also, I love the fact that you were the aggressor, because oftentimes I'll do shows, and I do relationship shows, and I do one with, like I said, my husband or one of my business partner will do relationship shows and talk about men's perspectives and women's perspectives. But he always says that women want equality, and shout out to Leroy McKenzie Jr. He says women always want equality in everything except asking a man out. He was like, y'all want to be equal here and equal there, and then fall back and say, well, let the man do it. So why do you think women, you know, and I get the old school, you know, rules, but why do you think some women are afraid to approach men, or they feel like that's not their place?
I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not necessarily sure. I'm not. I don't get it. Certain things that we are supposed to do, I get that. Like, I'm supposed to hold the door for her. I'm supposed to hold the door for my daughter. I'm supposed to hold the door for, like, just a random woman. If we walk in the store and she's ready to come up, I'm still going to hold the door, because it's just what I'm supposed to do. And you know, it's funny because I feel like that goes a long way, but I'm not sure why. That makes a great point, and your partner makes a great point, because, you know, women, you know, they are equal, and it's like it's equal in some things, and in some things it ain't necessarily equal. So I do understand what he's saying. I can't really tell you why. I'm not sure. I guess that women just feel like, you know, men are supposed to be the aggressor, and you know, you guys are supposed to be chaste, and I guess that's why. I mean, you know, I guess that's why. I feel like if you like somebody, you like somebody, and have a conversation, and let's be grown about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my thought. But I guess everybody doesn't think like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And Kaz, like, what is that? Was that something that you would normally do? Is that something that you would just, you know, be the aggressor in this type of thing? Or was this the first time with Jay that
So
you were the aggressor?
Jay is the only and the first person that I've ever been the aggressor in. Honestly, I mean, that's honest. Yeah, Jay was. Yeah, I don't know why either.
So yeah, I mean, it just I guess that's how it happens. It really just, you know, women are used to men being the aggressor, and it's kind of crazy because it's something like y'all don't want anybody to say anything to you, but if nobody says anything to you, like nobody talking to me or nobody showing me any attention. So it's kind of funny how it, you know, how the pendulum swings. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny.
Yeah. So we talked about love and business, and I touched on it as I was reading your bio. Love and business on lock. What is that? I see y'all have a trademark, and I love that you handle the business side of the love and business. But can you tell our viewers what that's about and how you came up with that?
Well, it's Cassandra's brainchild, first and foremost. But it came from, you know, a lot of people trying to figure out what was going on. Hey, you guys were good together. You know, we really love to see how you guys move. You seem like you really get along really well. Seem like you guys are really friends. You work together. You're friends. You hang out. And how do you do it? And it's not. It's not even a thing of how. No. It's just, you know, we friends, and you know, we do business, and you know, that's how it just kind of happened. So it's not like we had a specific plan. But from that point on, she was like, well, everybody keep asking us, and you know, why don't we do, you know, a podcast? We call it Love and Business on Lock, because they like, hey, you know, we got love and we do business, and you know, we got it on lock, and you know, let's go. So it was really her brainchild. She is really the creative driving force of a lot of things that you know, a lot of things that we do. Her, you know, she really. I think that it's funny. We were taking care of some business yesterday, and we're having a conversation. And a really close friend of both of ours, you know, was having a conversation with Cassandra, and they don't really understand or know her background. You know, sometimes they look at it just as me being a DJ, but she has worked with, you know, really, she's worked with people in the industry. She's done, you know, TV, radio, and she's really done a whole lot. And sometimes they look at it like, that's just Cassandra, you know, that's Jay's people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not the case. You know,
not like she doesn't have her own credits.
Right.
On
and then, and the crazy part is she doesn't really say anything, but then when she says something, it's like she don't have to name drop. I ain't name dropping. I'm just, you know, just in case you didn't know or you're questioning my validity.
Yeah.
This is the resume since you want to question.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny, the things that, you know, talented women y'all have to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's kind of crazy that you guys have to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting that you're bringing that up, Jay, because you're absolutely right. Women do have to go through that. Especially if they have a man or a husband, boyfriend, fiance, whatever, in the spotlight or more known. It's like the woman has to prove themselves, and the woman could be at any point more accomplished, but people just automatically go to that. Even when women are doing any type of business, sometimes they're not even taken seriously unless they have that man next to them. You know, so a lot of women go through that. Having to prove themselves. But I like that you said Kaz just, you know, she don't have to name drop, but she
Right.
could, you know,
Right.
and for you to be, Kaz, that comfortable and confident in your abilities and your background and what you do, that you are okay with it, because you and he and Jay know, you know, what it really is. But I love the fact, Jay, that you're speaking up for that and saying, no, but listen, she knows she's talented, she's the brainchild. And I think that that's so much, and it's the subtleties, because I'm watching you two. Even when Jay was praising your name, so to speak, you were low-key like, thank you, thank you. And little things like that are so important that people skip over. Because he could have said that, and because you're in an interview, you could have just smiled and let it go. But it shows the dynamics of you two anyway, because he said it and you said thank you right away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just innately, you're welcome. And I think that that says a lot. And I often say more is caught than taught. So you can teach and you can tell people how to be, and this is what, and this, but if you're not displaying it yourself, then it loses some of the validity.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And people want their, you know, want their flowers and roses while they can still smell them. I mean, who would we have to push each other. We have to build each other. We have to sharpen each other. And we, you know, it's not just men sharpening each other. It should be us sharpening, you know, one another. Whether it's female, male, female, male. We got to sharpen each other, and especially kind of what's going on with the climate. With the climate it is, you know, right now, we have to be sharper. We have to make sure each other's good.
Absolutely.
We have to push each other. You know what I mean? We have to pat each other on the back. It's just stuff that we have to do. I don't want to be around you if it's no value. And that's not me saying that, you know, I just want to be around people that can help me. No, I want to be around, you know, people where we can help each other. You know, she brings value. I bring value. I want to be around you because you bring value. I want you to be around me because I bring value. Or you want to be like, we have to bring value at this point, us being grown. You know, we partied and had all the fun and hung out with everybody and all of that stuff. And at this point, you know, we really got to lock in and build each other and get right and show each other what we need to do and build generational wealth and build, you know, Black families, Black love, Black businesses, because it really is a war going on outside. Like Marty said, no man is safe from. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is that. You know what I mean? It really, I mean, you see what's going on in Minnesota. It's that. You know, unfortunately, is, you know, it's still a war. So we got to make sure each other's good. I'm sorry.
You know, the other thing for me is,
well said, by the way.
The other thing for me is, honestly, I go to Chick-fil-A because I know what Chick-fil-A is, right? What are you laughing about? Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what I'm laughing about.
I go to Chick-fil-A because I know what Chick-fil-A is. So I don't have to walk around and tell you who I am and where I've been and what I've done. If you need to know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. And
you okay with that too?
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah. I feel you.
Because my value is, maybe my value has not come up to what you've needed at that particular point. But for everybody that I am valuable to, they know who I am and they know who to call when they need something.
Come on. But
I really
that's
was laughing.
real.
I was laughing at, because we had an episode of Chick-fil-A yesterday, about 24 hours ago. We had an episode at Chick-fil-A. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, so when she brought up Chick-fil-A, it was funny because, you know, she was like, let me out the line. Let us out the line. We're getting out the line. And it was the first time ever that, you know, Chick-fil-A usually has great service. Yeah. It just was too much. Like, now it's like almost like they're giving away. It was too much. So that's why I laughed. I'm sorry. I just wanted
No, you're fine. Yeah. I thought it was I thought it was an insider. I said I could tell that, you know, it was something with Chick-fil-A. But Kaz, you're absolutely right. You know, you don't have to prove your abilities or capabilities to anyone. And if they decide to research you, I don't know, you know, or whatever they do, then they do that. But it's not your, you don't have to feel it necessary to ring your praises to yourself, because if you're confident in what you do, your husband will do it, your friends will do it, your family members will do it. You know, they'll see it in everything you do. So I love that humility about it. And oftentimes now with this social media and everybody got to be on display. Hey, I can tap dance. Hey, I can do this. Hey, I can do that. And of course, if that's your business, definitely. But it's always best for other people to sing your praises, and you just put your head down and sometimes just do the work and grind and build. And you all are both content creators and coming up with different ideas to do things and to work together. When did you start working together as a couple?
Well, I think that was about, I don't know. I can't even tell you. I really can't tell you. It kind of just happened. You know what I'm saying? It really just happened. We had been dealing and together as business, as friends, and it just kind of fell into place. You know what I mean? It is. We always have an issue with the actual date and the time. We always have an issue with that, but it just kind of fell into place. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
it was organic. It was natural.
Yeah, and to kind of double back on, and I didn't mean to overtalk you. I'm sorry, but
no, you're fine.
Everybody wants to prove something to social. I'm not. That's not what we really here to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to get food. We want to get food, and if you take the food, that's great. If you don't, that's okay as well.
Yeah.
But you know, it is really about making sure that we do our due diligence to make sure that we give whatever food, whatever knowledge we have, or anything that we've been through, so that you can use it to be better. If not, you know, that's okay. But we are not. As much as we travel, as much as we do all of that, we don't put half of that stuff that we do on social. We really don't. It's not. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody that, you know, we this successful, or, you know, we got this money, or we don't have this money, or whatever the case may be. Only thing that we really do is to make sure that we give back, you know, give back to the culture, give back to the people, and that's it, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up. And that's truly what's important. If you're doing it from your heart and you're doing it in a way to give back and to help and to really be an example of Black love and honesty and realness, then it's going to give itself. And when I say that, I mean, whatever's supposed to be is going to be. Whatever comes out of what you all are doing is going to naturally come out. So, yeah, I get it. I do. I get it. So I want to ask both of you this question. So, Kaz, you go first. So what is the one thing that you learned about Jay in working with Jay in this capacity when you're speaking to other couples? And then I'm going to ask Jay what he learned about you.
What's the one thing that I've learned about Jay?
Yeah.
The one thing that I learned about Jay is that Jay takes in a lot of information from other couples. So as we're talking or having conversations, what I do watch, or what I've learned, is I've watched him ingest a lot. And then situations that we go through, he'll look at it differently as to how to handle it.
Wow. So he's actually hosting, but learning. So to make your relationship tighter and take it, but that's what smart people do. They learn from other people and not just say, well, we're not there. We ain't doing that. That ain't us. Because you don't know when it might be a place where it is you. So just storing that information, that's wonderful. All right. So Jay, what have you learned about Kaz doing this work with other couples and interviewing other couples?
You know, I know her very well. You know, I know her very well, and I don't want to take her answer, but that's the beautiful thing about the podcast is that as we're giving information, we're getting information and food back. That's the beauty of it. We have had some amazing couples, and they have given us so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so much to the fact that we want to have them on again, because we were not able to get, you know, all the food that they actually had. You know what I'm saying? That they actually had to give us. So
yeah,
I mean, it's just she books the couples, and a lot of those couples are personal friends of hers. You know what I'm saying? So she's been able to just make all of that stuff happen.
yeah,
You know, really at the point where, you know, all I gotta do is coming from the gym and, you know me, hop in front of the camera and go, because she has taken care of all of that. But that's what she does. You know what I'm saying? That's what she does. She handles that. And I know sometimes, you know, I may overtalk, as you can tell. But
no, but I think that you work well together. And like I said,
right.
I'm looking and I'm seeing, because you know, you might think that you're talking a lot, but you know when to fall back and allow her to speak. And I don't say allow like that, but give her the floor, and then vice versa. And I haven't, you know, you're still flowing well. It might seem like you're over talking, but you're not. Everything you're saying is poignant to what we're talking about. And this is a talk show, so I do want you to talk.
Yeah. You know what? I really do talk. I talk. That's my thing. So sometimes I gotta know when to fall back. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I can talk. You know what I mean? Coming from a radio background or whatever the case may be, I really can talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I sometimes I gotta be quiet and I gotta let her, you know, handle her handle. You know.
I got you. All right, so I want to play a quick game. Often I do, called This or That, just to break it up, and then we'll go into talking about couplepreneurs, because I love that. All right, so This or That, and I'm just going to do it off the top of the dome.
Off the cuff.
Vacations, right, off the cuff. Vacations, relaxation or adventure?
Relaxation.
Adventure.
Okay. But that's good, because you can break up the vacation. You can put a little, you know, a couple extra days on it, and have that relaxation. Chill. Right.
I want to chill, because we move so much. Right. We move so much. Right. Yeah. We move so much. I want to relax, have a drink, have a cigar. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do. You know what I mean?
I want to go jump out of the plane.
Gamble a little
bit. He doesn't want to do that.
And get on dune buggies and all of that, right?
Yes, that's me. That's what I want to do.
That's me. That's me. All right. Chicken or beef or neither?
For me, both. For her, you know, really no beef. She's fell back from the bird. So
yeah.
Me, I'm a go. I'm okay. Gonna eat chicken. I'm gonna eat steak. We're gonna butterfly that New York strip medium well. That's what we're gonna do, right? Yeah, medium well.
And I can just do a crab cake.
Slight pink.
Give me a crab cake. I'm good.
Right,
I take pink. That. Right. Me and Kaz might have to go on vacation together and eat crab
y'all can. And I hate seafood.
Right, and I love seafood. My husband's the same way. He doesn't like seafood. He'll eat fish.
He doesn't like the odor. He doesn't like any of it.
Exactly. I
wish I had four hands to give seafood full thumbs down.
See, and
so I'll get you. Look, after this, I'll DM you after this.
Right. All right. So let's see. Cold weather or hot weather?
Cold weather, because
let's do summer or winter. Let's do it that way. Summer or winter? What you got?
I love the summer, but I like the dress. So winter you can wear. You got more options.
Yeah.
Everybody says that. Yeah.
You got more options.
Yeah. You can put your boots on. You can put your layers on. And the thing about hot weather is, sometimes it's hard to cool down, but when you're cold, you can warm up. Like you can put
always warm up.
You can put layers on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Put the layers on. Okay. Mm-hmm. East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though we're from the East, but love everything about the West Coast. Vegas, Arizona, California.
Yeah. I lived in Vegas. I lived in Vegas actually back in the 90s for like 3.5 years. And I loved Vegas. My skin was beautiful. My hair was beautiful. Something about that dry heat.
Right. I know.
Uh-huh. All right. So you're I'm asking as a couple, a collective. Go to sleep mad or stay up all night and talk about whatever it is.
She wants to talk about it. Me, let me go to sleep. We'll deal with it later. I'm not. Yeah.
So I think you and my husband are twins, and I think we're twins.
So I want to talk about it because my thought process is the next second is not promised. And I don't ever want to have a situation where I can't say I'm sorry if I did something wrong to him. I don't want us to be in disagreement, you know? And so that really bothers me. But I've had a lot of loss in my life.
Yeah.
You know, and so for me, I believe that you always learn from your lessons. And so from losing people that I didn't have an opportunity to say, I apologize, or I love you, or, you know, let's squash this, I still have those scars within me. So let's talk it out. Let me know that you're okay.
I understand that because it's so important. Like, people don't realize how precious life is, and tomorrow not being promised. You know, we lost our brother DMX, you know, and I'm sure the people around him didn't think that was the day that he was going to, you know, go into the hospital, be unconscious, life support, all of that, and he passed away. And, you know, I'm almost positive that somebody might have said, see you tomorrow, talk to you tomorrow. And sometimes tomorrow never comes. So in the vein of DMX, Earl Simmons, love him. That's my boy. You know, I connect to like people's energies and authenticity. And if he wasn't anything, he was authentic. So talking about him in childhood trauma, if anyone knows his story, you know, suffering the childhood trauma and carrying that with you. Let's just keep it real with relationships and couples. Oftentimes, that adult woman is a little girl with childhood trauma. That adult man is a little boy with childhood trauma. And then you come together in adult bodies to be this couple or power couple or see it through. As you guys got close and as you continue to get close, is there anything that you brought from your childhood into your relationship that may not have been working for you, and you're working through that? And you can say more or less of, you know, what it is. You can go as far as you like.
I don't think my childhood I had a great childhood. So I was blessed, you know. Still, my parents are still together, and you know, I had a great childhood. So I'm not I didn't bring anything from my childhood. The thing that I know that we have been able to do is just kind of work from, you know, past relationships, and you know, one, we can't talk over each other. Two, I don't know, or she doesn't know what you don't know what you don't know. So you gotta be man or woman enough to have that conversation. Hey, I don't necessarily like this, or you make me feel a certain kind of way, or whatever the case may be. Long story short, you just got to be able to have, you know, adult conversations. And we talk about a lot having hard conversations.
Yeah.
We got to have some hard conversations sometimes. And, you know, that's okay as well, because that's where the growth happens at. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah. Growth really happens at.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kaz, what about you? Was there anything that you kind of brought over from childhood, or did you resolve it prior to getting into relationships? And when I say trauma doesn't have to be, you know, in psychology, traumas are big T's and little T's. So it doesn't have to be something catastrophic. It's something that kind of lingered. It could be something that lingered from childhood into the relationship that was traumatic for you.
So for me, I can't say that I brought anything over from my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to what we were talking about previous, the one thing that I have brought over is I don't wanna go to bed mad.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is a trauma for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the trauma was losing the life of someone that, you know, I cared about, and not being able to say, hey, you know, I love you, or hey, you know, I don't like, for me, I like to embrace every moment. And
Mm-hmm.
because I live my life as tomorrow's not promised or the next second.
Yeah.
So I would say that's what I brought over. You know, I'm really
Yeah.
big on that. So I want to celebrate everything. I was reading something today that Kevin Liles actually posted,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, celebrate the small wins as along with the big wins,
I say
because
that
the
all the
small
time. Yeah,
wins,
it's important.
because the small wins are what make you, and the big wins are what you show to people. And so with that thought process, that really is my thought process. Like, we should
Yeah.
celebrate everything, you know.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's
I
just
agree.
it.
I'm smiling.
I
I'm
agree.
smiling because she gets on me about that all the time. I am a firm believer of, and it's crazy. And it's crazy because she, you know, we both play sports, but it was a Kobe Bryant. It was a Kobe Bryant quote. He was sitting up on the podium. It was after the game, and they like, you know, you guys are up 2-0, and you don't seem happy. His response was, "Job finished. Job's not finished. Job's not finished. Right? I'm not. I'm celebrating. The job's not finished. We still got work to do." So
Yeah.
that was always my mentality. Her mentality was exactly what you said. So
Yeah.
now it's trying to have a, you know, like a
Well,
A
even
let me
balance.
ask you
balance.
this.
You know,
Let
A
me ask
balance.
you this, because you talk about that Kobe quote a lot, right? And it's interesting because I watched something that his wife actually said, that that's how their household ran, like that. But then she says in this particular interview, she said, "But I wish I hadn't ran my life like that,
Yeah.
because I didn't tell my daughter as they were getting ready to go to the game, I'm proud of you." So yeah, he said that, but look at the other side of it.
Yeah.
Where now this mother is saying, well, Dag, I lived my life like this,
Yeah.
but I missed the moment to tell my child this. And you always talk
Yeah.
about the missing moments.
right? Yeah, because it's tough. You
Yeah.
can't get moments back.
No,
So
you can't. And
right,
you know, even as a life coach, when I'm talking to my clients or I'm speaking to a crowd like that, I have to go back and look at that with Kevin Liles, because that's how I say, and that's what I teach them. Celebrate the small moments, because those are the moments that give you fuel to have the big wins. And in
right,
those small moments and those small victories, that's when you learn the biggest lessons. So people
right,
might see the outcome, the all polished and the shined up, but they don't see the grime and the dirt, that, you know, the little small. So it's important to celebrate the victories, and, you know, the moments, like just celebrating those moments, because life really is a moment to moment thing. You know, people say, like you even said it, you don't know, tomorrow's not promised. Like with some people, these moments are not promised. And now with the phones and social media, everybody's on it. People are missing moments like
right,
crazy.
right.
And like you just said, Kaz, that Vanessa Bryant said she wished that she would have stopped, you know, to really tell her daughter and to live that way. But then Kobe probably learned that from his childhood and his father being an NBA player and having that type of discipline. And I heard Will Smith say something like that too, about how his dad was in the military, and that's how he kind of taught his dad in a sense. And Jay, do you think like that's something that men learn like throughout, to just handle the business and keep going and going,
Hey,
and
you,
where Kaz is balancing you on that?
I don't know. Because I want to win. I want to keep going, and it's I want to keep going. So I don't know. That's how I'm wired, you know. And like, and
Yeah,
I'm not saying that it's right, but
yeah,
you know, that's how I'm wired. And you know, she actually told me to embrace some moments,
yeah,
because I'm just was
yeah,
okay. Did it? Okay, I'm good. No need
yeah,
to hop on it. let's move to the next thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I did it.
But that's why
I
it's
did
important this, like couples, because she's feeding you and you're feeding her. You know, she's teaching you her way, you're teaching, and that happy balance. And that's why it's so important, you know, as couples, and to have that type of partner, because it's really about having that right partner to help you grow and to see things differently, so you can balance each other out. So I think that that's awesome, that even Jay, that you said that, you know, she's teaching you that. You know, it's so many teachable moments.
You know, I mean, it's again, it has to be some value in a relationship. And that's any relationship. That's significant other, that's family, that's friends, that's business, whatever the case may be. It has to be some value. If there's no value, then what are we actually doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, we are not in the place to waste any more time.
That's
like
right.
You said, can't get it back. And I don't necessarily want to be around somebody that is has no value and is not going to, you know, help me be, or help us, or, you know, help us be better.
Because it's about building. It's about building, not so much, it's not always building the legacy and the generational wealth. Yes, that's a thing, but also building each other up. That's what a true solid couple does, you know. Hear the hard truths when you don't want to hear them, because relationships are mirrors. If you don't want to really know who you are, then don't get into a relationship, because if you want to know who you are and all that you thought you were, get into a relationship with someone that really wants to see you win and help you grow. You're going to learn some things, you know,
it's
and
transparency.
that's what it is. Yeah.
It's transparency. At the end of the day, it's transparency. I really, you know, if you go into my live, I mean, if you go into my IG, I just did something about, you know, being able to look yourself in the mirror and not to make sure your face is, or you make sure you don't have anything in your face, but can you really look yourself in the mirror and say that I love the person that I am, or I'm standing up, or, you know, I really am good with the man or woman that I am. And a lot of people, I don't think, can really do that. And if you can't, then there's an issue, and it's an issue about you being transparent about, you know, who you are, your weaknesses, and that sort of thing, you know. That's, you know, being transparent is big. You know, it really is big.
It is. It is. And I don't want to get to the end of this interview so before I have you talking about couplepreneurs. So tell the audience what that is, and I love it because well, go ahead, you tell them what that is.
I mean, real talk, like, she is the brains, and, you know, we make it happen. She's the brainchild of a lot of stuff, and we work together in order to, you know, really make this stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it is.
She's that
that's how we started.
That's how quiet, so I'm sitting there like,
that's how we started. That's how we started. And is you know, cool as she is, relationship wise, business wise, you know, it's attack mode. You know what I mean? It's attack mode. And you know, where I may be the politically the PC guy, politically correct guy, you know, and that doesn't necessarily work. And we've made mistakes, you know, recently because I'm being politically correct. So, you know, it works, and it's about, I love the dub. I want to win, but let's win. Let's get this dub, and let's get to the other one. You know what I mean? That's the, you know, the brainchild, and that's how we able to work together. It's a lot of moving parts, and really it's just us. You know what I mean? It's the podcast. It's me as a DJ. You know, it's clothes. It's clothes. It's music. It's a lot. You know, it's radio. It's a lot. It's radio station. Launching. Right. So
that's
radio
right,
station.
Cass, you better run it down.
Look, you know, we have radio station launching, you know, end of May, early June. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. So we're able to know what each other's weaknesses and strengths are, and that's what makes it work. You know what I
I
mean?
love that. And, you know, you two are really jumping off the screen. You all know when you talk to couples or you interview couples, you can tell when something is authentic. You can tell, you know, when it's just that connection. And I feel it, you know, I feel it coming
Thank
off the
you.
screen. I do. You're welcome. And I think it's so important to really see images like yours in the couples that you're spotlighting. And also that I can't stress it enough, just being that honest and real. Like, you know, we don't have a good day every day. You know, sometimes it's like this. But let's try to work it out. Let's try to be better. Let's grow in love and in business, and let's try to work this thing out. Kaz, what is one of the things that you learned from another couple? I know you say you learned, you know, from other couples, but what's that one nugget that a couple taught you and you were like, I'm gonna put this in my rotation or my memory?
So actually it's two
Okay.
important things that I've learned, right? So the first thing is, at the beginning we struggled with time, you know, because it was work, work,
Like
work,
time
work, work, work,
management?
work. Yes, it was work,
Okay.
work, 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 family, 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 and there was no time for us. And I remember a couple telling us early on that we talked to, you guys need to schedule time, you know? And so it was a light bulb that went off with both of us, like, you know what? Okay, yeah, let's do that. So scheduling time is like really important. I know what his schedule is, you know, and I'll say, so can we do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z? Because if I say it to him in advance, then it's already programmed in that, okay, we got to do this. Okay, we need to spend this time together. This is what we're doing. And so that was one. And then the communication, which is, I can't, if something bothers me, I can't attack him. I have to talk to him. And vice versa. Because
That's
if
a
I
gem.
attack him, he's going to go like this, and vice versa. And it's so, as much as we are not alike, it's so much about us that's alike. We're born a
Yeah.
day apart. So
Oh,
we're the same
wow.
sign. Right. So
Oh,
we're the same
wow.
sign. And
What
so
sign is that?
Scorpio. We're both
Okay.
Scorpios.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when we go, oh, we going, you know. But
You going to the
so
mountaintop.
oh, when we go, we go. And
Yeah,
so
that's real.
on those rare occasions, because we don't really get that heated that often,
Yeah.
because we've learned how to communicate with each other, you know.
And
And we have a lot of
I just
moving
want to
parts.
pause you for a minute. Say that again. You learn,
Yeah,
because
we
some
learned how to
couples,
communicate.
and that's so important because it can be learned.
And then the other thing was not something that came from one of the couples, but one of the things that I have found myself doing more that I didn't do is I acknowledge the growth. So if I see a change in Jay on something that, you know, we went against each other on, I'll say, I see that you are trying. You know, I'll tell him, I appreciate that you try. And he's always told me
That's
he
big.
appreciates me. Like, he's always say, I appreciate you. He always says, thank you. Jay has tons of manners. He really does. But I don't think that I did such a great job at telling him, hey, I see you, you
Yeah.
know. So I have tried to do a better job at saying, I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for doing X, Y, and Z. I know that this was an issue, and I see that you changed, you know.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He talks about in people that are in our lives, he'll talk about them looking at the glass half empty instead of the glass half full. So in my growth of learning from him, I try to always make sure that I reinforce our relationship with the glass half full instead of the glass half empty.
And I think that's perfect. We're almost out of time. I think that that's perfect. I think, you know, we're going to talk about your podcast just quickly, but I think that that was well said and perfect, that you learned to celebrate, in a sense, your mate when they're working on something and they succeed, or they do something, saying please and thank you and having manners and just being mindful of the other person, saying, hey, he's doing that, so why don't I reciprocate and do that? I love that. And those are gems that you just dropped here. They bless someone, because it's so easy to just take and not remember to give the same thing back. I wish I had more time. I definitely have to have you all back. I enjoyed y'all so much. Tell the people how they. Thank you. Tell the people how they can listen to your podcast and everything else you're doing, how they can connect with you. If you could do that in like a minute.
So what I was going to say is, when we get offline, I want you guys to talk, because maybe we can do round 2 on the Love Business Unlocked podcast with you and your husband. One.
Okay.
2, that's Wednesday and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. That is on Facebook Live. That is on YouTube. All you have to do is look at Love Business Unlocked. You can get it. We are not. We don't have anything this week.
Yes, we do. Tomorrow we have the Blairs.
Okay.
The Blairs tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
We
so
have
then I'm off.
Okay.
I'm off
we don't have no. What you're confusing it with is I told you Friday.
So I'm off schedule. I'm off schedule. I'm off schedule. So
Sharice just joined.
I got to rearrange some stuff. You know,
yeah.
I got to rearrange some stuff. But I'm off schedule. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. She takes care of that. That way.
I love
I'm just going. I'm 1,000 miles a minute.
Yeah,
I love it. And I thank everyone who left comments. You know, the conversation was getting so good. I see everyone. Thank you so much for your support of this show, of me, of Jay and Kaz. We appreciate you. So I just want to acknowledge you guys. But what were you going to say quickly?
I was gonna say, of course, everybody can follow us on IG at Love and Business Unlocked. Jay's personal pages at J Claxton. My personal page is at CaSay Vaughn. And then we have a couples page at Jay and CaSay, where we put like fun things on there. It's not really serious.
Okay.
So, and then everybody follow at Franchise Clothing, FRNCHS Clothing on IG. That's the clothing line.
All right. It's franchise with no vowels.
Okay. Look, boom. There you go. Thank you all so much. You know, I love you guys already. It's just that I feel you. I feel all of this love. And I appreciate y'all. You're so welcome. I'm honored to have been the one that they asked to do this. But thank you all.
Thank you, Rodney. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I looked up and I saw one of our favorite human beings in the world, Rodney Walsh, just Rodney and Sharice, both of them like
it's about to cut us off. I just want to say I wanted to say thank you so much. I am Kendell Lenice, your host of Sheen Talk. This is Kaz and Jay, and follow them everywhere. They are posted right here, but they gave you all the information. Until next time, everybody, this is Sheen Talk. Bye. And guys, we'll definitely connect.
Okay, I'll connect shortly.
Bye, Jay. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.